one thing that I learned from my mother is take everything, but don't take responsibility. When I go out from my bed, I'm another person. And this is so important because you are like an actor. She gives me something that it's very hard to have. It's peace, and this is beautiful.
What kind of advice could you give for someone when it comes to finding that peace or looking for the partner?
I really believe a lot that God is helping us a lot.
Bill, I'm very excited to have you here. This is the first episode, I would say, of a series I've been planning to work on for a long time. And I'm very happy, very excited. The past week we had a call and kind of subconsciously you made me jump on it immediately. So I'm very excited that you're here in Dubai and we were able to shoot this before you fly.
Thank you. I'm very happy.
To explain to you the concept. So there's a few things I wanted to understand from you, a person with your experience and all the accomplishment that you have been doing. I've been waiting to do this for a long time. And I've realized, I don't know if you can relate to this, I've realized our days have changed a lot. And the way we consume information has changed a lot. Attention has changed. And so people are no longer looking to learn and evolve and work on their self-development. So part of the reason I wanted to build this and start this with you is to more or less learn from the best in the industry. So before we start, I would like to know who am I here with and maybe a few words about who Bill Saad is.
Thank you for having me. I'm Lebanese, and I started my life as I wanted to be to build something, and I was working in sales mostly. Mm-hmm. And when I started in sales, I was very lucky to meet incredible people who I learned a lot from them. Learned how to talk, how to sell, how to call for action, like we're saying. And then sales gave me the opportunity. At my time, I didn't know about VC, didn't know about private equity, so I knew about people. And I was trying to find people that I thought, or they were 10 times smarter than me. So if someone was good and had an idea of doing, POS business or building a cup, a watch, and I liked the person, I was giving them the money, a percentage, and hoping that the person is going to be very honest with me and building something with them. And fast track, a few years later, some of the companies that we did like that, we sold it. And we started investing more and more. And slowly, I didn't know, without knowing, we started building a family office, entering in companies as a VC.
Amazing.
Entering companies that are making already money, but in different type of sectors. And I didn't even understand why I'm interested in all different sectors. And because I always believed, Omar, that we come with nothing and we go for nothing.
Absolutely.
And in the group right now, we have maybe over 18 religions, 20 nationalities. Sometimes I feel we are like Emirates Airways. But really,
impressive.
Actually, the people showed me something incredible because you meet so many people, so many smart people across the world. And we're traveling. For example, we were in Oman. We met people in blockchain that were incredible. Amazing. And we're working with other people in Ukraine that are working also in Spain in blockchain. But they don't know each other.
Wow.
So I said, if I put those two groups together, we can build something different, unique, that no one has thought about it before. And this is what we're trying to do.
Amazing. Connecting people, basically.
Exactly.
Before I delve into the main business and the family office and all of these, did you have a job for a long time, or did you switch to entrepreneurship early on?
That's the problem. I worked in different. I come from a family that was very well off. We were living in Paris when the war started in Lebanon, and I was 8 years old, so I don't know how to read and write Arabic. And at the age of 16, 17, my father loses everything. His partner steals everything from him, and my mother had a very tough cancer. So I had to start to work, to study, and I did everything. I did from modeling to assistant in a TV show doing nothing, only clapping, those figurants, we call it in French. But it showed me that really I'm fearless about those things. So it's not a shame. There is no stupid job. There are sometimes stupid people. So I didn't know, or I don't know how to say bad words, but I know how to recognize good people.
Amazing.
And voilà. So this is, and I have two kids. One who's 24 now, being a coach, and Julian,
Amazing
and
guy.
Jamie, who's born in Spain, who's right now studying in Amsterdam, going to Australia, who's searching to do more things, is doing content creative. So both of them knows that they cannot work for the group. I want them to really dirty their hands, to do their own things, and hopefully praying that one day they will join us.
It's interesting the values you want to instill. And my segue to Jota 2 and the family office is, I remember when I first signed my first deal after I left corporate, and I think everybody would remember that. Do you remember your first deal that you signed for Bill, for you, for your own business?
Honestly, I don't. It's a very good question. I don't. And we did so many, and maybe I don't. But what I remember is I wanted to try to learn from every person, and I wanted to be someone. And what I remember also, I tried to work for some corporate group like that I would prefer not to name it right now, big corporate group, that they told me no. One of them, I can name it, McKinsey.
Okay.
I tried 4 interviews, the 5th interview or 4th interview, they told me no. And I even asked them if they can take me for free for 3 months. They told me, we don't take anyone for free. We don't take people for free. And I was lucky enough to work for an Italian group that I learned a lot about balance sheet, consultancy, how to buy, how to sell a company. But you know, when you're young, you're making so many mistakes, you're learning, and you want to be someone. And this is what I was trying to be. So that's why youth is very important. And that's why our group has an average age of 30 years old. So we're trying, because we learn from any age. So I have one of my best friends is 84. Another one is just turned 20, my son, Jamie.
Very diverse range, right? Currently, Jota 2 Group is your family office.
Yeah.
You are also a philanthropist. You have different humanitarian causes that you are working on, and we'll talk about that. To talk a little bit about Jota 2 Group, how did you manage to build a almost $500 million assets under management industry with different industries, actually? So can you tell us
First,
how
you
it
need
worked?
people to trust you. And credibility is everything. One thing that I learned from my mother is take everything, but don't take your credibility. Some people will always talk bad about you. And some that you count on your fingers will be with you. And if you believe in yourself and you're doing something right and you're not trying to be better than others and trying to eat other people, people will follow you. And if people makes money with you, it's granted. So we entered in Jota in different we are mostly a tech group. So over 60% of our portfolio is tech. But we're interested about things that are niche. So for example, like a group called Orion, where we were very lucky to meet from Canada and Lebanon, where they detect only debris on the runways. And when the Concorde went down, it went down because of this debris that entered in the tire in the engine. And 133 people died, and they appeared other companies across the world building like radar big towers. These young people that no one wanted to invest in them invented AI with computer vision and to detect all on the runway, every piece that you can find in the runway that helps security. Look what's happening. Again, today there was another problem in New York or close to New York City. So there is so many problems that billions of dollars that people for security, for savings lives, and to help save money for airlines and airports. So I thought it was a good opportunity. The problem, challenge, no one wanted to follow me. Even people who are making us with us, with money with us. And I don't even know this gentleman that hopefully you will meet him once, Zizou, aerospace engineer, incredible person. He had in his computer, unicorn. And it was like the fear of loss, because all the accountant, financial people that are analyzing as a VC, a group before we decide to invest completely from scratch, everyone didn't want to invest.
Wow.
But it was for me like a fear of loss. So sometimes I still do those crazy idea, and this crazy idea, we became one of the first group in the world that these young men and women build something incredible with 2 software, and they're working with the army, the militaries, and they are in different groups, they're in different countries. And that's the advantage of Jota 2, that we can work in more than one countries because we're operating in more than one country. So we try to build synergies between the CEOs in different companies.
Which brings me to the question. So you're kind of a multinational. Can you just list some of the countries that you are present in right now?
We're operating in the Middle East, Abu Dhabi, Dubai, Oman. I love this country. It's like the Swiss of the Middle East, and Saudi Arabia, very little. We are in Europe, in different countries in Europe, Spain, UK, Portugal, and in Latin America. And what we do in our group, we take companies like as a private equity, so we take companies that already have an EBITDA positive and in the business that we think, and then we enter in the group, then we analyze the group and we see where we can find other groups that are the same, so we can make like a build-up without killing the people that existing. Like for example, we took over a group in Spain called Inmark that has been over 48 years in this country. So you cannot take out these people in 2 minutes.
Absolutely.
And think that you know better than them. So we brought different consultants to help us outside, and we put our own people inside, not as a spy, not as a police, but to help them to make it better. And in everything that we do, we try to bring technology. Because if they have over 600 people, there is not so much technology. So we try to put technology, not to push the people out, to make it more efficient. And this is what we're working on.
And from the portfolio, I think you're around 78 or more than 70 companies now. One of the things that I heard from investors mainly, they invest in things they are passionate about. Based on the portfolio that you have, what a percentage you would say were investments, I wouldn't say impulsive investment or emotional investments, but what percentage was investments of things or industries you were passionate about versus real potential, following the industry, following the trend?
Mostly was about people. 60% about people, more than the trend. Right now we're looking at the trend because we didn't know. I didn't even know that AI was so good. We were investing in AI for the last 10 years without understanding. One of the first company called Whale and Jaguar, their first supplier was ChatGPT. We were the first, I think this company was the first one using.
Impressive. Nice.
Exactly. So it was a chance. It was not impressive. Yeah. I didn't know about it, and I didn't even understand what is AI or machine learning. Blockchain is another thing. I remember we exited from a company that we made more money thanks to the blockchain. And when I heard about blockchain from one of my friend, president of a bank, I told him I have blockchain too. He said, show me. So I ran to one of the office and I said, do we have blockchain? They said, no. I said, I want it now. And by the way, what is blockchain? So I felt so stupid that I didn't even understand about it, that I went to take some courses in MIT to understand what is blockchain. Because, you know, the MIT, Harvard, they all do that. And I said, you know what, maybe I'm going to learn much more on this. I'm a little bit less ignorant, but it doesn't mean that I know how to run it. But what I did is we tried to have more people from different countries to be together and to join forces. And this is what I think I'm good at, to try to put people together, to have something and to give back something to the society.
Amazing. Speaking of giving back to the society, you have a venture called Tara for Women. Can you walk us through how it started and the background of this story?
Tara for Women, I had another child, a daughter that passed 24 years ago in Canada.
Sorry.
And her name was Tara. And since then, I wanted to do something. And the person that was very dear to me was convincing me, and a partner was convincing me not to do it for now. And I didn't, and I followed him, and I think it was a good timing that I followed that. But when we start doing better in business, we start helping any association, foundation where we operate. So in any country, any person who calls us in association or foundation, can be foundation very known or foundation or association unknown and very small, we help them. We help them with money, with tech, with whatever we can. And 3 years ago, something inside me, I don't know how to explain to you, Omar, something inside me, I needed to give back something to women, because I'm really, the person that I am here is thanks to women. Thanks to my mother first, that passed when she was 54 years old, who represented at 19 years old Lebanon in over 50 countries, and working with the Red Cross, and a woman, incredible woman, who showed me all the values that I try to do. So sometimes in the business, I don't think completely as a man, maybe, the way that I deal with people. So sometimes some people will not understand me, or will think, oh, there is something, what's the catch, why he's doing like that? But this is the way that I do, and this is what I try to inculcate also to show Julian and Jamie. But for Tara, something inside me wanted to do something back for women. So we decided to do something a little bit like Shark Tank, where we find different calling of different startup. We started that in Spain right now, where different startup across the world talk to us, send us their projects, and we give them between 10 to 25,000 euro for the project. We don't enter right away in the company as a Tara for Women. We give them also mentors, and we give the money step by step. We have a jury, so we're going to make another calling right now in September, and we've been growing that. Tara is taking more and more opportunities. Some of the companies that we helped are right now over 20 million, so it's beautiful to see that. And we decided even to advertise it better. So for example, right now, one of the projects, we have a delegation of Tara going from villages in Spain, because in villages you have incredible women, but their man or their husband or their boyfriend are not admiring them or pushing them or helping them to succeed. So we're finding opportunities to help them across the villages. And in September, we're going to do this calling. And then since we're operating in Mexico, like I told you, our group is in Latin America. In Mexico, we're talking to a city called Querétaro, very financial business in Querétaro, where I'm going to invite you to work with the people, because we're doing a cluster AI over there and a top incubator on technology in AI in defense. Over there, they're asking me to do Tara for Women in Mexico. So we're looking how to expand that, and we're trying to see other foundation of women to try to put them together. Because there is no point if we're helping and trying to make the world different. 90% when a woman is in charge, reinvest in the economy. 90%. And in the family, much more than men. And that's the power. I'm not telling you to have a company only of women or a company of only a man, but a mix of it makes a difference. And how many CEOs of women are in NGOs? Only 20%. So it's a world that we need. We are in 2025, women, and it's not if for Tara, for my daughter, but if my daughter was alive, I wanted her to have the same freedom to decide, like Julian and Jamie, if she wants to work for a company, wants to build her own company, or wants to stay at home. And it's okay for the three.
Nice. That's very impressive. Question. Had Jota 2 not been as big, as successful as it is, and same for Tara for Women, do you think you would have had the same calling?
First of all, I don't think it was so successful. I'm seeing so many people. I'm impressed. We were talking in the family summit, and I was next to incredible people. So I think we're growing. I think people are noticing us more and more, and we're having success with beautiful young people that are running different verticals. So I'm very, very excited and very honored to work with incredible men and women. But I think it was in me. I wanted to do something. And I don't know. It's very hard to give back money. It's very hard without having a medal or without someone. And you cannot criticize any person if he tells you, listen, I prefer not to give. Or I want to do a dinner and I want to be in a photo call. So I don't know. Maybe because something affected me, I really don't know. I know that inside me, I need to give back. So I talk a lot about it, even if I'm in a meeting and doing a business, I talk about Tara for Women. So it's very weird. And some people think that it's a little bit weird how he is as a man, but this is me.
That's very interesting. That being said, you spoke about your mother. You spoke about that she's mainly the main inspiration of how your personality got built.
But also the women that were in my life, and the woman that is now my partner. And I admire her so much, the way that she is, that she's a very successful lady, and the way that I admire her, the way that she takes care of her kids, her family, and how she started her own skincare, where everyone was telling her not to do it. She's one of the successful top models still now at 50 years old, and having her TV channel.
Nice.
But the beauty is the way that I admire her inside out, how she is with everyone and how she's giving. And this woman made me a better person, the way that she is. And she gives me something that it's very hard to have. It's peace, and this is beautiful.
Which is a very important, you said peace, right? And when it comes to leadership, you're managing a lot of people, or at least you're chairing a lot of chaos, I would say. Every day there's something new. Based on those women, those inspirations in your life, what would be 3 traits of leadership that you hold dearly to your heart? And these are your non-negotiable leadership traits.
Something that in the beginning I didn't know about it, that I was not doing very well, listening. And taking your time to listen, because they want to give you something, so you need to listen. It was very, very hard for me. Even that's why in many companies I'm not in the board, because I see people 10 times better than me and they can listen better and I can take a different decisions like that and helping them take decisions. Secondly, to try to let go. So one thing, if you want the control, you have to let go the control. And some people think it's wrong, it's a mistake, people can steal from you. People even, they can steal anytime. And what's looks brilliant and so shiny is not gold. So you need to understand people. And I try to coach people that are coachable. So I cannot coach someone who's not coachable. And I try to really build rainmakers. So people that can be not a leader, a top leader, not a salesman, a top salesman. Somebody who's really not going to go for only the thing and that leave the customer. So for me, the sales start after we sold. So, and this is what we try to teach across the group as a service. I'm not telling you we're perfect. We're making lots of mistakes. But we're trying to learn on the mistakes. Another thing that I don't know if it's leadership or not, I hate to be criticized, but I work on every critic. Thanks to a friend of mine who's one of the partner, we decided to do a board in one company, and it was the best thing that I did. And I thought he was negative. He gave me the best ideas ever. And I'm so happy because his multifamily office decided to join also to enter in the group Orion. So I'm very, very glad of Sam that decided to join the group. So it's beautiful to see people that you can learn from them and can make you a better person. And I really, really think that we are here in this world to really learn from each other. And really, it makes nice to say that, or it looks nice to say that, but I think it's an opportunity that we have. I'm learning from my kid of 19, 20, and 24. And I'm proud because Julian learns so much and he's coaching CEOs, coaching other people. And so I'm excited about that.
That's very impressive. Which brings me to your family. Given all the values that you had from the people around you and from the experience that you've had, you said, you started to have a little bit more awareness about yourself, to listen, to allow yourself to be criticized and all of these things. I met Julian. I haven't met James yet. Hopefully I will meet him very soon. Amazing guy, Julian. And I can see the values that you are trying to instill from the way he carries himself as a man, from the way he speaks. He's emotionally yet highly self-aware. What are some of the values that you would like to pass to Julian and James as?
Jamie, first is to respect every person. That there is not even one person better than the other person, even if he has billion or he has nothing. And many people judge people by what they have. And for me, it's funny, right? All the group is horizontal. So I'm so lucky because I have in Portugal a gentleman that had left me like that if he wanted. His name is Jacinto Ribeiro, one of the best guy ever that you can see. He's a family member. So for me, I'm so excited because I'm teaching my children to have the family, but also an extended family, that they protect each other. And it's very hard in a group. Very hard. More the group is scattered, more the group is growing, how people are going to work and help each other. Another gentleman, Alejandro Rojas, a young man, rookie, that unbelievable, running and having other young people next to him. One day he had his kids and 3 days in Austin, then go back to Oman, then coming back to Saudi. People that are in the finance, from Roni Ghazi that you met, that is an incredible person that came from Aridi National and running the business in Middle East, to Gavin Hockley, who's a beautiful person as chief of staff, and Antonio Redondo. So we're in Spain. We're very, very lucky to have those people that I try to bring them close to my children, to know them. One of a partner that I learned a lot with him, and he pushed me even to learn a lot about blockchain, and he started studying. His name is Ernesto Acosta. Started making lots of money when we sold one company, and he told me, Bill, I want retirement. I said, retirement at 40 years old? So I started teaching him and coaching him about what I buy in arts. I love arts. Mm-hmm. And I think this guy is discovering something that he didn't know before. He loves aviation, and he decided to surprise me, and he went and he is doing a PhD in AI because he noticed that the group is growing more toward that. And this is what family is all about. So you don't need a piece of paper. You You can have the best piece of paper, the best lawyer, and the guy can play with you whatever he wants. But if you have really, and you build really something, you train them, and you give them something that many people forget about it. You know what is it, Omar? Love. Cariño in Espanol. Cariño, love. When you give them love, why are they going to leave you? They can leave you for twice their salary. What's the point? If they're happy, if you give them the chance to build their own thing and to be also partner with you. Makes mistakes? Everyone makes mistakes. I'm telling you, I'm making so many mistakes and sometimes the same one. Because people tell you, you learn from your mistakes. So at the end, well,
so you're the opposite of the Machiavellian school, which says it's better to be feared than loved.
Maybe.
You prefer more on having people love you than fear you when it comes to...
I disagree with about fear. I disagree about this way of fearness that sometimes you need to show you're the boss. Listen, if you have the right people, you tell them when they're doing something right, and you tell them when they're doing something wrong. If they feel you and they fear you, I don't think it's going to be good for the long run. And I don't think people will care for you. And I believe more in this, and I disagree about confrontation. If it doesn't work, doesn't work. Thank you. Yeah. Let's leave.
And you talk a lot about people, and I think the main reason this family office or group is successful, and I've seen it firsthand, is how you treat the people around you and how they treat you, and I'm very happy to be part of it. I've seen an article, and it says, it's talking about the employee retention and how the different generations now are acting differently. So people from the generation before your time, they had the employment for survival reasons. So the moment they got the job, they would stick into it. And then came our parents, or the generation that is a little older. Their employee acumen or employment acumen was more for preserving standard of living. So it no longer became a survival thing, it became to improve standards of living. And now with the Gen Zs, because they have a lot of options, it has become about quality of life. So that's why we haven't seen a lot of loyal Gen Zs. They leave, they come. Sure. How do you deal with that? Because you said you have 20-year-olds and you have 80-year-olds.
Excellent question. And some people, for example, that I know, some of my friends are complaining about this Generation Z, that they don't care, or for them, they don't want to work more than 5. And there is so many influencers right now, so they can be at home. The COVID also didn't help. Yeah. You need to understand all that. But I think your fingers are not all the same size, no, Omar?
True.
No? Same thing with people. So I think you need to select well the people, finding the right person, showing them, and trying to find for every person something that they like. But take the time to know the person and see what they like and what they want. And then slowly, slowly bring them to you. You cannot shock any person. Look, for example, what I told you before, the company of 48 years, the CEO, the CEO who's the president right now of the group, is 30 years in the same company.
Wow.
How a person like me is going to come and change him everything in 24 months because I own the majority of the company? I'll be crazy. Yeah. I'll kill the company. So I'm doing it slowly, slowly. I'm showing him the right path. I cannot underestimate him. When you start underestimate any person, you kill yourself. So you need to learn like that. So to answer your question, I don't know if I'm answering it properly. You will need to have a new type of businesses depending on this. You have some people that love working and will work. I disagree with this of only working. So I do lots of things. I'm learning even Pilates right now. Nice. I do yoga. I do boxing. I love sports. And I'm more in the health part also, because we're investing right now in the longevity. Mm-hmm. So we're looking at different things. We're trying. Family offices are so important because we're competing with VC, hedge funds, and private equity. I'm not telling you that they replace, and it's good because they're working together. Family offices has more time to take because they don't have anyone telling them, please sell right now the product. And that's why we even co-investing with some private equity or some VCs, because we have more the time to take care of things, for example, from osteoporosis or cancer or anything of health. That's why it's so important. And I think more and more we reach out to other people who wants to do better and wants to give back something to society are incredible. I have an incredible friend that I'm so lucky that I met in India, and beautiful, beautiful family. This guy, he's incredible. The way that he educated his family, the way that, and I'm dreaming to do more things with him because now I have an incredible family member in India, and I admire
Nice.
this person over there.
Okay, if you were to decide if luck versus effort or hard work has anything to do with your business dynamic, most of the podcasts or videos or interviews I've seen for, let's say, millionaires or 6, 7, 9-figure entrepreneurs, not a single person, every one of them would always at least associate a little bit of their success to luck. Do you believe in the same methodology?
No.
Or
me personally, I tell you
point
why.
of view?
I'm very, very religious. So I really believe a lot that God is helping us a lot. And my daughter, my mother are helping me. It's very weird, and I'm not trying to make it emotional as this podcast, but
Absolutely.
I really believe that someone is helping me. It's not normal and to have people coming to you for this. So I don't believe in luck. I believe really in hard work. I believe really that you push this, and I manifest a lot. So I put something and I try to push the people to talk only positivity.
I love it.
So I hate the people coming and telling you, no, it's not possible. But how do you know? So there is 1,400 ways of finding solution for everything. And I know we can do things great if we believe in it. And you have more than one person doing together. So that's why I try to use the finance people to even understand that they can do also business in marketing. Anyone can sell. You need only to teach them and to show them the guidance and guide them and to make them exactly where you want to go. And that's why I'm so proud to have so many people. I'm so proud to say we have so many partners.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
And it's not to try to make a medal or something like that.
No, absolutely, and it shows, right? Like every single person I've met from your end, at least, I feel the culture of, I don't know if it's your culture, if it's the company's culture, they share similar values in terms of culture. So the company in general makes people.
Politics starts on the top.
Yeah.
You know, I admire many people. I admire, and I'm trying to see more and more billionaires that I'm meeting them and I'm trying to understand. I'm admiring so many of them, from Armancio Ortega to Carlos Slim. I'm trying to understand how they did, what they did in their own generation and what they live. And I'm trying to understand, to learn from them. And I don't know if one day I'll be like them, honestly. But I'm trying to learn from all these people because it's incredible what they did. The only thing I'm trying to do with my generation is to give back something. So at least my kids can continue, and not only my kids, the people surrounding this group, if they still here and they believe in this group, they can give back the same thing. Not trying to tell them be exactly like me, because we don't want to build robots.
Yeah.
There is so many robots, and we are in technology world.
Absolutely, 100%. I was telling you a little bit ago about one of the projects I've been working on, the book that I'm writing, and the initial introduction of that book starts by questioning the definition of success versus progress. In your opinion, which philosophy would you follow more? Success or progress?
Progress. Success can help you to progress measure actually. Who doesn't like to succeed? So for example, when I get a contract and we get money, I'm excited. I'm very, very excited. I'm like a kid, each one of you has different, you are the queen, you are the king, you have sometimes you are very excited, you don't know what your adrenaline is going, And Julian was teaching someone in the group how to control your emotion in the sense that you can be very excited. And me, I didn't know how to control that. So sometimes I was overly excited. And sometimes when you're overly excited, you lose the people that are behind you because you're going very fast.
True.
And so you need to make sure that you know all the people that are working with you. True. So I think the success can help you to have a better progress, growing better and better, and learning makes you better. And networking is the most important to be able to learn. That's why I push every executive in the group to talk, to go to seminars, to meet people, to network. And it's not that I don't believe in school, but I believe a lot that by networking, you get incredible people. And if you're genuine, you meet incredible people and you start thinking how you can do, and you don't need to imitate them. So this is what I push the group. If, for example, Omar, you're good in building something, and I'm good with one of the company to build something else, like part of the microchip, let's say. It's silly not to work together if you're a good guy.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
I don't know if I answer your
You
question
did,
very well.
you did, which will give me the follow-up. Where do you get your drive from? So you landed the success, and you were talking about your friend who was thinking
I
of
can
retiring.
give you this. We're taking this juice every morning.
Okay. But really, when you said you had a friend who was thinking of retiring at 40, right? And you pushed him to continue and moving forward. So where do you get, what is the ultimate purpose? Where do you get your drive to continue from? You clearly managed to build a comfortable life.
We build with all these groups.
Correct.
Without them, I'm telling you, without all these people that are close to us, we couldn't do anything. I was the one person doing, and one hand cannot clap alone. And you need different people, and you give them the power to do it. So I don't know, I'm very excited. Life is so beautiful with people, but life is also sad. There is lots of sadness that's happening when we had no money. I don't have any trauma, but I had to work. I had to do things. When my daughter passed, it was very tough, and this cannot replace. But if you believe inside you there is something good can happen, and if you're doing something right, and what's the point? I want to ask you something. You go to a meeting and you start telling them your problem, your challenges, they won't like you.
True.
So what's the point? So when I go out from my bed, I'm another person. And this is so important because you are like an actor. So you need to smile, You're going to tell me, but this is hypocrite. It's not. Nobody wants to listen. How many people are interested about your life?
True.
Very
None.
few. Very few. So
Only
I
the
ask
close ones.
me, I'm interested. I'm interested to ask about people, and I teach my children to talk to the person who's serving you and to look at them in their eyes, to talk to them, and to respect people. No one is better than any other person. And remember, we come with nothing, we go with nothing. And this is so important philosophy.
Absolutely.
So if you have it and you believe it, you're not crazy to try to kill someone for 1%.
100%. 100%. And you're always traveling and you're always surrounded by people. Do you have your own alone time? Do you manage to have your own alone time?
This is a very good question. Excellent question. Some people love to be alone. And some, I think, like me, it's harder. But I try a lot to do it. But I love so much surrounded with people and learn from people. So I'm a lot with people. But you're right, I'm learning that, and lots of things that I learned in eldest age. Actually, I'm 58, but I feel 45.
You definitely look and feel younger.
It's very
much
nice.
younger. So you definitely prefer to be surrounded by.
But I'm learning to find. So, for example, I learn to meditate better and better. It takes time. I'm doing different activities. My children offered me this Whoop to be able to monitor how I sleep, and I'm pushing myself sometimes to sleep better.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a learning. Actually, there is, and it's beautiful because you're always learning. Someone asked me if I wanted to write a book on motivation, because we coach people, motivate. I said there are 10 times people stronger, better that we learn from them, and I'm not really ready to write any books right now. People needs to be ready to learn, to teach something when they are ready. So there is no age, by the way, for that.
I love it. Are you easy to work with?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Not always. Some people will tell you it's very difficult because I want everything for yesterday. And I understand why people taking more their time. And one thing that I learned, big decisions take your time. Small decisions take it very quickly. And sometimes I don't understand why some small decisions people are taking so much time to take one small little decision. But I need to accept that and to take. So I reflect a lot on myself and I accept those things.
Love it. That being said, and decision making and building the family, spending
So
time.
to answer, sorry, I didn't answer.
Tell me.
So you need to ask the people if they will find it.
I will do
good
my
or
homework.
bad.
I will do my homework.
So but don't tell me who will say no.
I read once something that says, so women are afraid ending up with no partner. Men are afraid ending up with the wrong partner. What is your thought about having the right partner?
I don't know if it's true because women sometimes, I know some of them who told me I prefer to be alone right now and to be in my big bed by myself. And there's the Generation Z. Some women are changing a lot in the way that they're thinking and they prefer not to be. And some women are so independent, they don't need a man to... Some women needs to be protected and they feel protected. But some are incredibly different in the way that they believe that being by themselves and being independent is much better than being with someone who's telling them what to do and to give them a reason what to do. The problem is sometimes some men feels that being less important in business than women, they feel less important themselves because there is some insecurity. And this is, I don't understand why. If a woman is doing so great, on the contrary, admire her, help her. And if you are a partner, lift each other. And this is what I love about the partner that I'm with. And I was very lucky, again, I told you, with the women that asked in my life. And the partner that I have, we lift each other and we help each other. And the education of my kids, only to tell you, it's not me alone. And maybe 60 or 70% I can give it to their mother, which is an incredible woman who really was working a lot in marketing and advertising, and one of the top in advertising and marketing, and helped me also. Even she lent me the first money that I lost when in 1 month, and she believed. And but the way that she helped my kids and to raise them and to help them, it's incredible. And this is what we have. So it's not one person that we divorce or we separated. It has nothing to do with how you feel about the person and how you respect the person. So I respect her tons.
And you said something that was very important in the importance of building peace in the household with your partner. These days, life has become extremely abundant. There's so many options for guys and for girls. Having a relationship is extremely easy to find with all these applications. People have become extremely selective. The attention span has become very, short. In terms of values, what kind of advice could you give for someone when it comes to finding that peace or looking for the partner? So, do you encourage to end up with a family? Is it not a necessity? Is this something that is part of the purpose of men in general to have kids and have a family? How do you see the dynamics of a family?
That's, again, it's a very good question, but this depends really of the person. Some people, before even the Generation Z, they don't have kids. And some of them, they live for the last 20 years together. Some, they meet 1 week at home, in one home, 1 week they are alone. So it's another way. So I think that's a question that you can ask. Every person is different. That's the beauty of being a human being. Every person is free to decide. I don't think that the new generation is changing or not changing. And maybe there is less women who wants to have kids or less men who wants to, also it's more difficult. So they want their freedom and they don't want to commit. That's another thing. But this depends on the person. And when the time is right, they want to commit and they want to be together. But one thing for sure that I can give as an advice, less tech, even though my group is mostly in tech. And we have actually a new food tech that's doing very well. But I believe that less tech at night. Look, you have so many tech in your hands. Less tech at night, more regular conversation. Correct. So many people want the face-to-face. You know, sometimes, when the COVID happened, look, everyone was closed doors. Yeah. When the COVID came back, we stopped. Everyone was like crazy trying to see each other. Yeah. And now some companies are obliging people to go back to the office because some of them wants to continue traveling and doing telework.
Yeah. Speaking of your, let's say, healthy lifestyle that you try to adopt, and we're almost at the end of this podcast, are you an organized person in general with your routine?
Sometimes yes, sometimes no. I'm learning to do because I entertain a lot. So it's very, very hard to follow a strict diet. But I don't eat meat right now, for example. Some people says it's wrong because you don't have enough protein. I'm learning a lot about that. So when somebody tells me something, I learn. And since we are seeing lots of professors, I'm trying to find, which I didn't find yet, the right mix. And since my stomach was always a problem, so I'm lactose intolerant. I didn't know about that because sometimes you don't even know about all this before you try to. True. So I'm trying really to pay attention and I have two of my kids, my two kids pushing me and being on the top. One of them, Jamie, is very health oriented and he's calling me, telling me not to eat after 9:30. Nice. So I'm really trying to pay attention to that.
I want to give you two maybe tips for health. I don't know if are you aware of the circadian cycle?
No.
The circadian rhythm. So your body has a biological clock. Okay, so when the sun rises in the morning, your body, your cortisol level surge and your blood pressure starts to increase, which signals that now is the time to wake up. And at night, because these are photosensitive kind of hormones or chemicals, and then at night at around 7, when the sun sets down, your melatonin naturally kicks in, signaling that you should go to bed. I've learned to respect that biological cycle. And so now I try to sleep. And I know it's extremely challenging for you. But I try to sleep at around 10 every night and wake up at the same time every night, which is around 5. You don't need to do the same thing. It's just having the consistency in sleep. And the reason is there's something called...
I agree with you for the sleep.
Yeah, the reason, and I don't want to be all nerdy
no, you're
geeky,
right, you're
but
right. Very interesting.
There's something called the glymphatic system. So in your brain, it's like your washing machine. And the glymphatic system is pretty much the washing machine in your brain that is activated in your deep sleep, and it releases fluids to clean all your toxins. So all your stress hormones, it's responsible to clean that out. And the process is around 5 to 6 hours. And that's why you need at least 5 to 6 hours of sleep so that your glymphatic system can do its work and you wake up, energized and all of that. So sleep is extremely important for growth hormones and
absolutely. I agree with you. That's why right now I'm trying to monitor everything and have a very new friend, incredible, very successful, but he sleeps only 2 hours. I don't know what he does it. And I don't know how to help him.
Yeah,
I'm going to send him to you.
It's not that's why I was interested to see if you had a routine, because all these new 9-figure entrepreneurs, they always talk about their biohacking, regimens. And I wanted to know someone, I would say, of a classic old school. Do you have that regimen, or you were always just...
No, but I'm trying, for example, I don't know if I can do like you at 10 o'clock or like Julian. Julian, until 10 o'clock in the morning, he doesn't touch his phone.
Nice, yeah.
I cannot.
Impossible, yeah?
It's not impossible. Nothing is impossible. Honestly, nothing is possible. But right now, I'm excited by all this game, all these things that's happening. And we are in different fuseaux horaires, we're different countries. So it's exciting. And plus, I'm having fun with other people. I'm preparing an event for 2026 for Tara, a big event that I'm going to invite you. So I want to make it really something big for Tara.
Are you able to talk about
women.
it a little?
Sorry?
Are you able to talk a little more
about it? Yes, of course.
It?
We want to do like one of the first big event in Spain about Tara, but I want to make it really, because anyway, we are raising the money ourselves and we bring the money us as a family office. But I want really to be known. So that's why, for example, right now in the website, we have people can donate at €1, €5, €10. And they don't need to follow every month. Some people at €1 don't want to do it, or €5 they don't want to do it, which is very easy. It's nothing with a credit card. €5 is nothing. But why it's important? Because if you have 1 million people following you across the world, it's 5 million people. So could you imagine how 100%. Many women you can change their life and makes it better? And I know many people were telling me it's a lost cause. You won't do anything. But even if we're a small stone, I think it's something inside me that we have to do it. Absolutely. I really believe in this. And that's why this year, I'm trying to meet more association and more foundation of women across different countries to try to see how the same thing in business, to try to synergize together. The same thing in the arts. In the arts, we purchase startup, medium, and higher end artists. Why startup? Because some beautiful people are starting, and you never know how it's like a VC. And we're learning, and many people don't understand that. Arts is also very liquid. You can sell. It's a market, secondary market, working very, very well. And I'm lucky that I have 2 ladies that also are helping me instead of me working directly with the gallery and working with them, where they are studying the art, studying the thing, working and helping us and guiding us properly.
Were you always into art?
No, I started over 15 years ago, but I started directly buying direct from the galleries. And then I met those beautiful curators that are incredible. They're really not for your money and really are making money from it, but in the same time guiding you properly. And I'm very lucky because thanks to them you learn a lot. But also art is very subjective. You can like something and I can like something else. And the same thing with people. We're coming back to absolutely. You have to let people, but you made people discover. It's like somebody likes wine and what type of wine,
I think my key takeaway from today, and I can go on forever with you, but my key takeaway is the importance of the power of people and connecting the dots with people and how it overlays as a ripple effect that one person will lead you or open doors.
And not to be afraid to give without expecting anything in return.
Yeah.
And that's this idea of brokerage or only seeing the dollars in front and trying to imitate people. I think it's a big mistake, in my opinion.
Amazing. Final words. If you can leave us with a few final words or piece of I had amazing time with you.
Thank you. Me too.
And
me
I
too.
think
you're a beautiful person.
And it's really showing that this is just the beginning of our conversations, and probably the third time will be with Julian and Jamie maybe.
And Jamie, yeah.
So I'm looking forward. But yeah, if you can leave us with just a few final words.
Being yourself. Try to be happy because life is very short. We're so blessed to be living that we wake up. Some people were not up this morning, so we're very lucky. So you can be any religion. At the end, we are human, and to try to live with example. And if we want to lead by example, we get something beautiful. And manifesting. Many people forget to manifest, or they start manifesting one day and they forget and say, no, I cannot be this guy. I cannot make the million. I cannot. But they're putting so many I cannot, they won't do it. But if you change that, which is nothing, which is not even money, change it. Instead of saying something negative, put it positive. It changed completely your life. You'll be another person.
I love it. I love it. Bill, thank you so much.
Thank you.
I'm really
Thank
happy.
You. Me too.
Thank you for your time. And we'll catch up again very soon.
Thank you.
you.